Good morning, or good afternoon, and don't I look so hot? PP is like stretching and doing like this yoga pose. I thought if I was gonna look so hot for you guys this morning, I should at least wear the robe that I was talking about yesterday that Alex got me. So, how are we doing today? Really? That's good. Are you excited about your weekend? Me too. I have so many things planned. I'm gonna make videos, and I'm gonna open my computer, and I'm gonna read. Right, babies? So, true story, we call PP, but we call the Boo and Tucker the babies. So, yeah. And then, I don't know if Alex has anything planned this weekend. I don't think so. We usually do date night on Saturday nights, so I'd like to watch some movies this weekend and catch up before the Oscars come out, is really what I would like to do. It's really, boys and girls, the truth of the nature, what I would like to do. Do you guys watch the Academy Awards? Are you like as obsessed as I am? So when I was growing up, it was like a really big deal in my house, the Academy Awards. And like we had to write down who we thought we were gonna win and who was gonna win, and my mom would like, she'd say, okay, you have to dress up like your favorite movie star. And then I swear for like the last, and this was not her favorite movie star, but I swear for like the last 5 years, she wore this like silver threaded sweater set and a name tag that said Sharon Stone. She thought she was so cool. Anyway, yeah, that's about my life today. So I'm gonna start getting ready here in just a second. It's the end of the day at my office. Can't really see anything, can you? So I'll just sit down here for a second. I've been actually filming videos in my office today. I filmed 2 videos for my main channel. Hi. Hi. And now I'm getting ready to go home. Alex is working from home, and I am like really hungry. And so I need to run to the post office. I wonder if it's closed. It's not closed. It's 5:15. They close at 6. And yeah. Hi. And I need to upload my videos, and then I don't know what I'm gonna do tonight. Movies, TV, sitting around the house. Be real exciting, won't it? My God! You guys have all been waiting for it!
A week later.
Can I show you real quick?
Show me what you're doing.
Show you in the video.
I see what you're doing.
Look at my husband, how sexy he is.
I didn't say it was a baby.
Say, Tucker did. Everybody always asks why Tucker doesn't want to be in the videos, because you run away. Look at my sexy husband. He's working hard. Okay, I had to do this while he was here because I am the world's biggest idiot. There's like no light in here. Where could I do it, I bet? Turn what light on? No, but that won't like. This one. When I think about you, I touch myself. Ah. Do you remember that song?
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
When did you stop it?
Because the people love it. Do you remember that song? Oh, that's better. Okay. So 2 weeks ago, I went and I purchased. What did I get, Alex? A MacBook Air from Best Buy. Is that what it's called? MacBook Air. So, I'm finally opening it because I have 2 days left to return it. And I'm worried that there's something wrong with it. How exciting is this? It smells like technology. All right, here it is, the box. Oh my God, are you so excited? Were you so excited when you opened it? Alex just got his too. He just got one like, how long ago? It's red. I'm totally joking. God, I wish it was. I would love to have a red MacBook. Okay, so here it is. How do I get it out of here? And this is what it looks like. So pretty. Where are you going? Oh, I'm going to write at Starbucks. I'm such an idiot. And then it comes with this super power charge cord. Do I have to charge it before it'll start working?
No.
And then all these instructions. It just works right away, like I just turn it on and it works. Oh my God. You're so cute. He's smiling at me because he knows I'm so excited about this.
Other way.
He goes the other way. I'm trying to open it the wrong way. Do I look like Steve Jobs? Okay. Tissue paper. ASMR. Now what do I do?
When you turn it on,
How you turn it on?
on the power button,
Oh. It's not turning. Oh! Oh my Lord! So it's powering up, look. Pee-Pee is so excited. Pee-Pee said, I want one, Dad. Pee-Pee, you already have iPhone 7 to call your girlfriends and your good Judies. You don't need a computer. He said, but I need to watch my Netflix during the day. This is like hands down legit the nicest computer I've ever had in my entire life. We always get shit computers. True story, right, Alex?
my college computer was a nice computer.
To use English as the main language, press the return key.
Well, his college computer was. My college computer was. We didn't have college computers, and it was a piece of shit. So always keep your box because you don't ever need it, you don't ever know what you're going to need to do with it. Use English for the main language. Okay, I'm ready for the next part of it. Just a few. You can register and set up your Mac. Okay. Choose a keyboard layout. Select your Wi-Fi network. What is going on? Please hold. Okay. Oh, now it's gone. Now it's gone. I can't find our Wi-Fi. What's going on? Do I hit other network options? Back. Continue. Our Wi-Fi isn't on here. So anyway, I'm gonna set up my computer and I will talk to you guys in a little while. I'm so excited! So it's 10 o'clock and I just finished eating. And I'm tired. But I don't want to go to bed yet because I have nothing to do tomorrow. Pee-pee. Pee-pee. And Alex has to work all day tomorrow from home. And I have nothing to do but make videos and read. So I'm like, I think we'll lay down with the... my favorite thing ever is to sleep with the dogs and take a nap. Right, Pee-pee? So I'm thinking about... I'm not thinking about, I am. Can you see me? Hold on. Let's Jimmy rig something up. Bradley's licking my back. So... Oh, yeah, see? How are you? Did you have a good day today? Give me a kiss if you had a good day today. So we're gonna take a nap. There's Boo Radley. Good boy, Boo Radley. Good boy. We're gonna take a nap for an hour. Maybe an hour and a half. Then we might go to the casino. Lick me if you think that I'll... Give me a kiss if you... Lick me. Lick me. If you think I'm gonna win at the casino. Am I gonna win at the casino? What am I gonna win on? Tell me the truth. Oh, I am? Oh, my lord. Okay. Do you guys talk to your dogs? I like talk to my dogs more than I talk to people. Aw, he's so sweet. Look at that. He loves me. He loves to sleep just like this every night with me. Oh. Pee-Pee, do you know you're on TV right now? He said, I am. Okay. Boo Radley? Boo Radley, do you know you're on TV right now? He said, I don't care about those people. Tucker's like over there. He's like, what? I'm on TV? Let me get pretty. Boo Radley's like, I don't care about those people. Pee-Pee, he said, did you contact my agent? Do you think dogs can see spirits? Like, my dogs always, like, look up. They're always like, they'll fixate on, like, a place on the wall or something. Boo Radley, he doesn't want to be licked right now. And I always think that, like, they see spirits. Boo Radley really does it. But then sometimes I don't know if it's because Boo Radley is simple or because he's a psychic dog. What is it, Boo? What's the truth of the nature? Boo Radley, what's the truth of the nature? They love each other so much. Do you see this? Are your dogs best friends? Like, see, Boo's doing it right now. He's looking up over here. Do you see that? Look, his head is, like, moving, watching something over me. It spooks me out. I'm like, are there spirits in here? Is my mom here? What is it? Pee-Pee. No. Pee-Pee says sometimes too much kissing is too much, Boo Radley. He doesn't need all that. Okay, enough. So anyway, there he is. The most famous dog in the whole world. This is the most exciting vlog. Look at Pee-Pee, isn't he so funny? The most exciting vlog in the entire world, Pee-Pee. Do you guys take naps? True story, do you want to see? But there's my fan. Up on my couch. So ghetto. And I will turn it on, like, super high. And then Pee-Pee will lay right by my leg. Right here on my fat leg. See? He goes right by my leg. Suck it in. Look, make me look really skinny. And then Boo Radley will sleep right here on me. And Tucker sleeps up by my head. Boo Radley is kissing my leg right now. See? No, don't kiss my leg, Boo Radley. He just licks and licks and licks and licks. This is Tucker. Like, we have to put these on the table. Because Tucker, come here, Tucker. Look, he literally goes crazy. Tucker's like the only one that plays with toys. Here you go, bud. Take it. Take it. Come on. Get it, get it. I told you he doesn't want to be on camera. Just Pee-Pee. Pee-Pee the famous dog. You ready for a nap, bud? Ready for a nap? Give me a kiss. You don't want to give me a kiss? Give me a kiss. Say goodbye, Pee-Pee. I see you. I try not to cuss very much on this channel, but fuck, it's cold. Oh my God. It is 18 degrees outside, and I swear to God, it feels... I'm turning on my heat, full blast. And it feels like it is like -10. It is so cold outside. And personally, I feel like if it's gonna be that cold, we should be able to have snow, don't you think? I think that's only fair. So, I just got done at the casino. I got there at like 12:30. Oh my God, my nap with the dogs was so perfect. It's so funny because when Alex is home and we're sleeping together, I'll tell you this whole conversation I had at the casino. When Alex is home and we're sleeping together, and yes, we sleep in the same bed, which was an interesting conversation that I had at the casino. The dogs kind of sleep in between us. Like, Pee-Pee sleeps against my leg, and then Boo, like, it's so weird. He gets in, like, what I call a circle. I, like, go, get in your circle, Boo Radley, and then he, like, goes around, he goes, I put it on my Snapchat a while ago, but anyway, he goes in, like, a circle, and then he, like, presses up real hard against me right here, and then he puts his head right here. It's the sweetest thing in the whole world. But then Tucker sleeps really more towards Alex, like, and curls up against Alex, and in between kind of our heads. And, but when Alex isn't there, like, they don't sleep on his side of the bed. It's really weird. Like, Pee-Pee wants, like, I face, like, the fan, because I love just having a fan on my face. Like, do you guys sleep with fans? I meet so many people that are like, I cannot sleep without a fan. And then I'm like, oh, me too, like, in the dead of winter. And they're like, but not on my face. So I'm like, oh, no, I have to have it, like, right on my face. And let me just tell you, when we travel, one of the reasons why I like to drive, and I'm not driving right now, I'm just sitting here in the parking lot. But one of the reasons why I like to drive and take road trips is because we can take our fan with us, and then when we check into the hotel, we have a fan. And we went to French Lick for my aunt and uncle's 50th anniversary, which I'm so glad we did. You know, I didn't know it was going to be one of the last times with my aunt, but I'm so glad that I have that. But anyway, the first night we were there, I could not sleep to save my life, okay? Like, I can't sleep without a fan. I can't sleep in total silence. And so I got on my phone. Alex, I was driving him crazy. He was like, what is going on? I was like, I can't sleep. I was like tossing and turning. So I got these two apps. One was called Sleep Pillow, and the other one is called Deep Sleep. And you, like, make these sounds. Here, I'll see if I can pick one for you. Like, well, actually, one of them, okay, this Deep Sleep one totally sucks. Or no, the Sleep Pillow totally sucks. But listen, on the it's Deep Sleep Sounds, it's called. There's actually one that's called Fan, and I literally was sleeping with it like this, and I still couldn't fall asleep. I think I got like 2 hours of sleep. I was so pissed. And so the next day I was like, I'm going to Walmart and I'm getting a fan. And Alex was like, why don't you just go down and ask the concierge if they have a fan? And we were staying at West Baden Resort, which is like this beautiful resort, and it's huge, in French Lick, Indiana. It's like where all the mobsters used to go stay and stuff. And I was like, do you really think they're going to have a fan in the middle of winter there? So I went down there to the concierge. I was on my way to Walmart, and I thought, well, Alex is typically right 90% of the times. Although I hate to admit that. So I might as well stop and ask. So I was like, hey, I really have a kind of a strange question, but I can't sleep without a fan, and do you guys have a fan? And they were like, yeah, we have several of them back here. We'll just have it brought up to the room. And I was like, I could have come down last night at 2 o'clock in the morning and I could have had a restful sleep. I was so pissed. So anyway, let me tell you about the casino tonight. Never know who you're going to run into at the casino. It's so funny because so many people tell me they live in Indianapolis and they go to the casino, like on my videos, and they send me messages and snaps and stuff, and I'm always like, I'm going to be sitting there at the casino and somebody's going to come up and say hi to me, but nobody ever comes up and says hi to me at the casino. And I'm kind of hidden back where like not a lot of people play. So I think that like if you were just walking through, you wouldn't see me. I think you would really have to like walk around to find me. So anyway, there's like, okay, me, Lori, Patsy, Stephanie, Ellen. There's like 6 of us, okay? And we all play the same machines. And then there's like a fringe group of like 4 or 5 that are sometimes there, but we always play the same machines when we go. And there's typically like certain nights that we go, right? And my friend Lori, my good GD Lori, was gonna go tonight, but she said she was gonna go tomorrow night, and I didn't know if I was gonna go tomorrow night or not, because Alex had drinks with his mom tonight, and his mom was like, I think, because she lives just with his grandma and his abuela, and it's just Alex and I, and so she was like, I'm cooking for 2, you guys go out to eat like almost every night, why don't you just start coming over to my house and I'll make dinner for us? And I was like, and I made some joke, and I'm like, yeah, how am I supposed to like diet on I mean, his mother is such a great cook, and she makes like a rapist and cachapas, correct, please don't correct me, actually, cachapas, I think that's right, but anyway, I'm still learning the words 8 years later, almost 9 years later. But anyway, and all these empanadas, his grandma makes the most incredible empanadas in the entire world. So anyway, so I think we're going to start going over there and eating dinner, which will be really fun, because then I can vlog it for you guys, and his mom is so cool, she'll be on camera, she doesn't care. So anyway, well, his brother's there too, why would she say just for that? Because his brother Juan, Fufu, is there as well. So anyway, I think we're going to do that maybe tomorrow night or Sunday night. I can't do it Sunday night because I have an obligation. So I have a sobriety obligation, so I can't, that's how I have to say it on here. But anyway, so we're going to start going over to eat like 2 or 3 nights a week at his mom's house, which I think will be really nice. I think it'll be like a really family thing. At first I was like, oh, that'll be really easy for me to diet that way. And then he just kind of looked at me like he was kind of hurt. And I was like, it's really a nice idea, Alex. And, I was like, he was like, well, why do you have to eat that much just because she cooks? And I was like, I don't. So anyway, so I'm excited about that. And then we can maybe like watch movies as a family or something like that. I miss having like family time through the week. You know, like, it is kind of lonely just being 2 of us, because like Alex gets home late, and like if we sit down and watch, like tonight, he didn't get home late. What time did he get home? Well, he got home before me tonight. He got home at like 5 o'clock, and I left my office at like 5:30 or 6. And then, you guys are like, why are you just sitting here? Because I don't feel like driving. I want to listen to my audiobook, is what I want to do on my way home. So I'm going to record this now, and then I'm going to listen to my audiobook on the way home. I may record like last 2 minutes when I get home. But anyway, so Alex came home, and then he was like, you guys couldn't see it earlier, but he was laughing his ass off at me opening that computer. And then let me just tell you the sweetest thing in the entire world about my husband, okay? Like, we went into 2017 saying that if our relationship is like, let's say a 7 or an 8 out of 10, I mean, who has a 10 out of a relationship, right? Like, if you look at a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being like the most unbelievable relationship in the entire world, and 1 being like the shittiest relationship, why are you even in it? Like, we looked at our relationship, we kind of rated it, and we were like, okay, what do we need to do to bump it up a few points? Like, what do we need to do to have like the most amazing relationship? And it was interesting, like the things that we talked about, because it was like having date nights, specific date nights, and sticking to them, you know, spending more time together at home, like doing things like just going to the zoo, crazy stuff like that, because we don't do a whole lot of that. And I don't really work on the website at all that we have together, so he does all of it, and maybe me contributing more to that, and just a lot of things, you know, just small things like us like cleaning together on the weekends and all that kind of stuff. But what was really cute is that I came home tonight, and he was working, because he worked remotely on Friday evenings and Saturdays from home for one of his gigs that he does. And so he was sitting on the couch, like on the computer, and I opened that computer, and then I stopped filming it, because I was like, I don't want to look like a complete idiot when I'm filming this thing, and it'll just be forever long, because I don't really know what I'm doing. He was so sweet. He came over and he was like, are you confused, babe? And I was like, no, I'm not confused. And I was like, but I'm trying to see, like, okay, so like, because a major part of why I got this computer is I need a new computer that's faster so I can write, because the computer that I have right now doesn't hold a lot of storage, and it's just a mess. And so my other computer that I wrote my last book on is dead. It's goodbye, it's gone. It was an Acer, so it wasn't a bad computer. Like, I didn't dislike it. You know, I don't have to have a fancy computer, but I did buy a Mac this time, and I've always kind of wanted a Mac, and so I'm real excited about it. But I was like, I don't understand Pages, and so he was coming over there and he was explaining Pages to me, and I was like, I'm just going to download Microsoft Word. I got like real panicky, which reminds me of my mom, because my mom was very much like that, and I said in other videos that as you get older, you start seeing your parents come into you, which is weird because my mother was so fearful and my father is so fearless. Like, my dad is totally like fearless, like one of the most fearless people I've ever met in my entire life. When I was in high school, we went to London and we were flying back on my stepmom's birthday, and there was a bomb threat on Delta Airlines to any flight coming back into the United States. Well, we were the last 2 flights and nothing had happened, and like nobody was getting on these flights, right? Like, it was a serious bomb threat. And the woman was like, we can fly you first class because nobody is really flying on the flight, or we can change the flight to a different airline or to a different day. And my dad looked at the woman, he goes, we're not afraid to die. I was like, what? I'm a little afraid to die. Hello, I am. My stepmom was like, it's my birthday. I'm going to die on my birthday. So anyway, we're sitting on the plane up there in first class, which I have to say, traveling from Europe on first class is pretty nice. But I said to my dad, I said, like, if there's a bomb, we won't know it, right? Like, it'll just boom, it'll happen, and we'll be gone and up in heaven or wherever, and it'll just be over. We won't know it, right? My dad goes, oh, now imagine we're like up, okay? And he goes, oh no. He goes, most bombs are set, and this was like in the night, this was like probably 86, 87. He goes, most bombs are set to go off at a certain like height in the air, like 30,000 feet. He goes, so what will happen is as soon as we hit 30,000 feet, the bomb will go off. But most people, if they're going to set a bomb off, they set it in the back. This is sad that I'm laughing at this, but I mean, it was a terrifying moment. He goes, they set the bomb off at the back of the plane, and then like a fireball will rush forward, and it'll just take out the whole plane. He goes, so we'll actually be the last people that know that it happened. We'll like know it happened, and we'll be the last ones to go. I was like, I go, how high are we right now? He goes, but it won't matter because you'll be over the ocean at that point. So he goes, you won't even, it'll just be over. And I go, well, how high are we now? And I'll never forget, he sat back and took a sip of his gin and tonic. He goes, we're almost there. I was like, Dad? So my dad is like totally fearless with anything. And when I was growing up, he always put my stepmom in very sketchy situations and just in scary parts of town. And like, we would go to like Caribbean islands and islands that like were not touristy at all, and we would always stay in like non-touristy areas, that because my dad like wanted to be with like the locals and really get down and feel it. Because when my parents divorced, my dad went to Honduras on a medical missionary trip and lived on a sailboat for like months and would like swim in every day with a backpack full of medical supplies, and that's who he is. And I kind of aspire to be more like that. My dad is totally fearless. He used to hike in the Canadian Rockies and, you know, all by himself, completely just by himself, would fly to Banff and be in the Canadian Rockies, you know? But anyway, I don't know why I'm saying this. So anyway, I like get very nervous about stupid things like opening a computer. And so Alex came over and he was like, you could totally do this on Pages. And then I'm like Google searching, like, can you write a book on Pages and all this kind of crap. And I was just like, I'm used to Word. I'm just going to download Word. He goes, it's like $200. He was like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Don't download Word. He was like, you can totally use Pages. And I'm like, well, I don't understand it. He goes, well, you have to sit there and like educate yourself. And he sat down next to me and he was very sweet. And he was like, here, let me show you some things. And very patient with me. Like, I don't know how he comes across on camera, but he's not always very patient with me. And like Alex, the Spanish that I do know, Alex's mother has taught me, and his sister-in-law Liliana, or my sister-in-law Liliana, like Alex hasn't taught me much Spanish. And what was really cute was, I think it was like 2 years ago, I said, what if you taught me one Spanish word a day? And he laughed, and he was like, okay, we can do that. And so we started with him teaching me one Spanish word a day, and it was like, I learned limon, and I learned perro, and I learned, I don't know, there was like 5 words that I learned. And but then I was doing Duolingo to learn, and I really kind of like got it for a while. Like, if you want to learn a language in a really easy way, and you don't want to buy like the Rosetta Stones, which listen, I have all of the Rosetta Stones for Spanish. My dad was like, if you're going to be living in a Latino family, then you need to know Spanish. And my dad bought me all the Rosetta Stones, and they're still in the package, unopened. Alex points to them about once a month. He's like, are you going to start doing that Rosetta Stone? But his stepdad did Duolingo, which is an app on your phone, and I used it, and it's really a great app. Like, I was really blown away, but I'm just not committed to that stuff. And listen, I took 2 years of French in high school, and I think maybe got D's. I'm like, I don't pick up languages at all. But what's so interesting, and if you are in a multicultural family, you'll understand what I'm saying. I can sit like around all of his family as they're speaking, and they speak Spanish very, very fast. And what's also interesting is that Alex has told me that like different regions of Venezuela, they use different words and they sound different. Or like I'll ask him a word, I'll say like, what does this word mean? And he'll say, I don't know. He was like, that's like, what, like that's a Mexican word. And I'm like, what do you mean that's like a Mexican word? And he's like, it's a word that like Mexicans use, like they made that up. Like we have words that Venezuelans make up. He was like, but I don't know what that word means because I would have to hear it in certain context. And or like I'll say something to him and he'll be like, well, that's kind of like a Peruvian like saying, but like we don't use that in that same context. What was really funny is, am I gonna tell this story? I don't know. Okay, so when I first got together with Alex, this is so embarrassing. When I was like, talk sexy to me in Spanish, like say dirty things to me in Spanish, and he got really offended, and he was like, no, and I was like, why not? And let me just tell you that I had to have this dissertation at dinner on the love languages, okay? I don't mean the 5 love languages, I mean like French, Spanish, Portuguese. You know, like I had to learn like that you don't use those words for things like that. Flash forward, Alex and I were watching some movie, I don't know what it was, but it was like some gay foreign movie, and these 2 guys were speaking in Spanish, and like, he started getting like all like nervous, and I go, what is wrong? He's like, it's just really hot to hear them saying these things in Spanish. I was like, you can't talk to your husband in Spanish. He goes, well, you don't even know what it means. I'm like, whatever. So, really the only thing I know is how to say is, yo quiero tu cuerpo cerca de mí. And he didn't even teach me that. And I don't even think I pronounced it right, but anyway, it doesn't matter. Whenever I say that to him, he always goes, okay. And I know Osa Pilar. Oh, I was going to tell you, the weird thing is that when I'm like around his family, like I can't understand like specifically what they're saying, but like I understand a lot of the context of it. Like, does that make sense? Like, if they're talking about like, should we go out to dinner? Where do you guys want to go? Like, I can kind of pick up on that. Like, I can kind of and then they'll look at me and I'll go, I don't know. Denny's? You know, like I can kind of pick up on like what we're talking about or what they're talking about. And I will say one thing for Alex that the rest of his family is not great with their partners. Well, actually, so it's really now down, Americans are Fufu's girlfriend, Jessie, and she doesn't know any Spanish. And then Alex's Tia, Jackie, her husband Ed, and me. We're the only Americans out of like 15 people, okay? And so whenever Ed and I are together, we always just sit there and like laugh and talk and whatever. And he hasn't learned any Spanish, and they've been married forever. So I love Ed. He'll be on video. Oh, he was on my video. He was on my New Year's Eve video, my very first video on this vlog. He was on there. Such a nice guy, so hilarious. And but anyway, what was I gonna say about it? I don't know. It's kind of intimidating. Oh, Jesse and I were talking about this. It's really intimidating to like try to speak Spanish around people that are like, that's their native language. And it's because like, if I get it wrong or something, I'm afraid they're gonna laugh at me, which they never do. They just don't. But Alex's brother Carlos, Fufu, they're all very helpful. They're all like, I mean, I have never in my life been so blessed to be part of such a loving family. And let me just tell you, okay? A little true story here. When I met Alex's mom, I was very deliberate going into it. I was 36 years old. My mother passed away. I was changing careers. You know, I was just kind of like freewheeling. I was 80 pounds thinner. I should show you a picture for those of you that don't get on my Instagram. I I was 80 pounds thinner than I am now. I had no beard. I had brown hair. And let me just tell you, I was not taking the world seriously a whole lot. But anyway, I knew going into it that his mom was going to be like, who is this guy that is like dating my 24-year-old son? Like, what is his intention? Like, that was my fear, was that she was going to be like, what is this person's intention with my son? Hold on, let me find a picture. Are you ready? This is legit 8 years ago. That's 8.5 years ago. I was in Denver, Colorado visiting my friend. Peter, you need to pull your shit together. That's what that says. That was that following spring break. Look at that. That was one of our very first pictures together. Look at that. Hottie toddy. I need to get rid of that brown hair. Look at me. That was actually, we were doing a photo shoot for this hair salon. And, oh, little Moose Peepee. Look at him when he was a little puppy. But anyway, let's just go back and look at that for a second. Can we just, hey, what's that, Daddy? Hey, Daddy. So anyway, it was very deliberate when I met his mom, because I knew going into it that she was going to be like, listen, I am going to get back to looking like that, so don't even worry about it. By this summer. That's my goal. My #1 goal for the year, and to finish my book. So, it was interesting the other day. I'm going to take a side note off of this. Somebody said to me, I don't know how you do everything that you do. I post 5 videos a day. I read every day. I write every day. You know, I have dinner with my husband typically every night. We probably spend an hour or two together, you know, and I go to the casino. I hang out with my friends. I'm very active in a 12-step program. Somebody was like, how do you do it all? I don't know how to say this in a way that is not going to sound completely cheesy, but I love this gig called life so much. And when my mom passed away, she passed away at 64, I really realized how short life was. And I don't know what happened, and it didn't happen that day, and it didn't happen that week, and it didn't happen that month. But man, something happened in the next 6 months, and there was one day, and I remember I was sitting at Starbucks drinking some coffee, and I was like, clock's ticking. I got things to go. I got things to do. Life's short. I got things to do. I got to do these things. And then I met husband. Then I met my husband. Then I met Alex. And Alex is like a lover of life, like music and music festivals, and let's go here and let's travel there and all this kind of stuff. And so like he just like bumped that to the next level. And that's probably one of the coolest things about us as a couple. Like when people meet us, they're always like, you guys have the coolest life. Like you guys do the most fun stuff. Like you're always doing this. And it was funny, like the first year I went to a music festival, which this is 2017, so that would have been 2011. I posted it on Facebook, like me dancing at it, and all of these people that I was like friends with that were my age from high school were like, I don't even know how you do this. Like how at your age do you, I mean, what? That's sad. Like, okay, so anyway, make the most out of life. I love life so much. I do. I think it's so much fun. And, so anyway, when I met Alex's mom, it was very deliberate. Like, I knew what I was doing. Like, I went into it, and she was very Catholic. She's very Catholic, Venezuelan Catholic. And, if you don't think there's a difference between regular Catholics and Latino Catholics, there is, okay? I mean, Catholics are devout. Latino Catholics are very devout. So anyway, like the counselor that she wanted to see for a while just to help her figure her life out and what she wanted to do with her next career, because she changed careers a couple years ago. And so if you're looking for, she teaches Spanish classes on her own. She started her own business teaching Spanish and doing it individually, tutoring, and doing groups. She does groups with adults like throughout the week. She's the coolest woman in the entire world. But anyway, so she like was seeing this counselor, but she was like, she went and saw like the priest at her church. That was the counselor that she went and saw. Anyway, so I knew going into this that she was going to have a lot of issues, and she's also only like, I mean, she's like 14 years older than me. So I went into it very skeptical and knowing that I was going to have to plan it out in a way that she wasn't going to be like, who is this person, right? So Alex, the first time I met his mom, we go to this Halloween party in his mom's neighborhood with fellow Venezuelans and Colombians and Peruvian people, and Mexicans and all kinds of Latino people. This is Latino Halloween party, and let me just tell you, the Latinos like to party. And everybody, when they have a Halloween party, everybody dresses up, like everybody, right? So we went to this Halloween party, and his mom was dancing. I'll never forget. She was dressed like a pirate, and Alex goes, go dance with my mom. He introduced me, and she was like, oh, hi, it's nice to meet you. She was very kind of like, not standoffish, but just very polite. And she was like, it was nice to meet you. And Alex goes, go dance with my mom. And I go, I'm not going to dance with your mom. And he goes, go dance with your mom. And I'm like, I don't even know your mom, Alex. He was like, go dance with my mom. She'll love it. I was like, okay. So I went and I danced with his mom, and she was so cool. She was like talking to me, and she was so funny, and I danced around, and I love to dance, okay? And she thought that was the coolest thing. I was spinning her around, and I was dancing, and I was trying to learn salsa and all this kind of stuff. And that was just kind of how it progressed. And like slowly I would go over there, and what I really wanted her to know was that like I'm a good person, like I'm a professional person. I've cleaned up my life. I've been sober for, at that point it was like, I think like 16 years. Well, 8 minus 20, 15 years. And I wanted her to know those things. I wanted her to know that, listen, I'm not coming in here to be this like, whatever. And to your young 24, 25-year-old, he was 24 when I met him, 24-year-old son. And Alex was very wild when I met him. Very wild, okay? And so I will never forget, like, at some point, like, it just changed, and we were sitting at dinner one night, and she looked across the table at me, and she said, she grabbed my hand, and she said, she's very affectionate, but she puts you in your place, okay? One time I was supposed to meet her, and we were going to talk about this book that we were going to write together, and I showed up like a half an hour late, and she let me know how rude it is that I was so late. She's typically pretty late herself, so I thought that was funny. But I was like, yes, Sangria, I hear you. Yes, I will never be late again, and I've never been late again, trust. But anyway, she looked across this dinner table at me, and it was just the two of us. Everybody else had gotten up and walked away, and she grabbed my hand, and she said, you're my son, right? And I was just wowed, and she goes, you're my son, you're my fourth son. And I was like, thank you. And then when we got married, my dad walked me down the aisle, she walked Alex down the aisle, and then Alex's brother Fufu spoke, my cousin Caroline spoke, both of our parents spoke, and when she got done speaking, she gave Alex a hug, and then she hugged me, and she was bawling her eyes out, and I will never forget this. She whispered in my ear, thank you for my son. And I was like, it just was the coolest moment. It was just like, she has been so awesome to me, and she knows that, like, I don't have a big family, and she's like, so it's so funny, because Tanya's always like, Tanya saw her and his grandma Tanya loves them all, at my aunt's funeral, because they all came, okay? Like, that's what you do. Like, I mean, I love that about this family. They all just show up, okay? And so Tanya was like, yeah, Peter always said you're going to cook for me. And she said, come over anytime you want. I cook all the time. I'll cook for you, whatever. So Tanya, every time she gets in the car, she goes, now, Alex's mom said I can have a rapist, so when I pronounce it so wrong, but anyway, she's like, when can I come over? And then my cousin Caroline was like, next Christmas, can we go have Christmas with Alex's family, because our family is so small? She was like, I can't just do it with just her husband Mike and her son David. She's like, and her dad. She's like, it's just too small. She was like, can we please do Christmas? I was like, yes, Caroline, we can do it all together. It'll be so much fun. So next Christmas, we're going to all do it together. I think it'll be fun. It's changing traditions. I think changing traditions is great. I have sat here for 27 minutes and 41 seconds and talked. That is crazy in a town. But I've had fun. It's kind of reminded me of a lot of the things that I forgot about. So, I feel so blessed. I feel so blessed to have my family. And I made a decision when my mom passed away that I was no longer going to have people in my life that were negative, or that I didn't enjoy being part of my life, or that I didn't learn from, okay? And learning from them is really important, because I think people are put in our lives for a reason. I believe that. You don't have to believe that. It's just my thing. And I don't just get rid of people. Like, I'll say to them, like, I'm very concerned about you, like, you seem to be negative all the time, or, you're just miserable all the time, and is there something that I can do to help you? Or and like, I want people in my life that I can lean on, and that they can lean on me, and that, those friendships are mutually that we gain from each other, and those kinds of things. And, I feel so blessed that today I don't have a lot of people in my life Today was Groundhog's Day. Oh my God, look, we should look and see what the groundhog said. I feel pretty blessed that I don't have a lot of people in my life that bring me down. I have people that lift me up, and I think it's awesome. And Tanya and I talk about this all the time. I would rather have... PETA warns that Groundhog Day can be harmful for animals and handlers. I'm sorry. Am I bad for looking this up? Phil says long winter, but he was wrong before he even woke up. So, Pescatani Phil sees his shadow and runs away. I guess that means we're having 6 more weeks of winter. Isn't it 6 more weeks of winter either way? But Tanya and I always talk about, even if we just have, like, each other, or, like Melissa and I talk about that sometimes. Like, I'm at an age where I don't, like, need to have 15 friends. I'd rather have 1 or 2 or 3 friends in my life that are, like, really, like, die hard good Judies. So, like, don't you think? Like, I'm not sure when or what happened, but that cut off at some point. So I was looking at my phone when it cut off, I think. But anyway, if you missed the part, what I said was Pescatani Phil saw his shadow, so that means 6 more weeks of winter. And I'm probably repeating myself. I'll try to edit this out. But don't we always have 6 more weeks of winter anyway? So I don't get it. But anyway, I was saying that I feel very blessed to have the people in my life that I have. I feel very blessed, and this is going to sound phony, and I really don't mean it, but to have the subscribers and the viewers that watch my videos, and you guys lift me up on a daily basis, like, seriously, you do. When I'm watching, or I'm reading the comments, and you guys are just like, brighten my day, whatever. I mean, to be able to impact somebody like that means the world to me. And like Tanya and I always talk about how we don't need 10 or 15 friends, and Melissa and I talk about that too, that we're getting old, we don't need to meet 10 or 15 new people, but isn't it nice to just have 1 or 2 good Judies that you can rely on, at the end of all of it. So, happy Groundhog's Day. I love you guys so much, and yeah, I'm excited to show you all around this weekend, because I've not a whole lot planned, but it'll be fun. So, I will talk to you guys later. Follow me on all my social media. I'm real active, and please give this video a big thumbs up. I love you. Bye.